You're listening to the Epic Stories podcast, presented by Earlham College. Here's your hosts, Tanaka and Carlton.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Epic Story podcast. My name is Tanaka.
My name is Carlton.
And our guest for today is going to be Jasmyn. So to start with, can you tell us a bit about yourself, what brought you to Earlham, and your school year?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jasmyn. Yeah. I am a junior. I'm on the volleyball team here, and I study biochemistry. I got to Earlham through volleyball, actually. I got recruited by Coach Lauren Horton my senior year of high school. She got me at a showcase in Indianapolis, actually, and she gave me her card. And funny story, when I first got on the phone with her, I said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to learn more about Earlham." And she's like, "No, that's wrong. It's Earlham." So, yeah, and then I came on a visit in April, and then I committed probably later that day, and I got here. So.
Wow. That is a funny story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's been your involvement with the Epic Centers?
Yeah. So I came in as an exercise science major, kind of, but I knew I wanted to follow the pre-health track. Mm-hmm. So I've been following the career coaches with that. But then my freshman fall, I decided to apply for the Center of Global Health Epic Advantage to Costa Rica and Peru, which I ended up going May, or technically June of 2023. So summer going into my sophomore year, right after my freshman year. And I was the only freshman on that trip. Wow. So, yeah, that was my first big trip and my major involvement with Epic. And then the next year, my volleyball team used the Epic for athletes, and I went back to Costa Rica. It would have been that May of the next year. So, yeah.
Wow. So how was your experience with the June of 2023?
Oh, the Center of Global Health trip. It was really good. So I applied in November, and then I got in. We took a course before going to the trip. Mm-hmm. So we went to Costa Rica for a week and a half, and then Peru for a week and a half. And we went with about 10 students, all pre-health or some sort of STEM major. And we all worked. So in Costa Rica, we worked with FEMRIC, which is a clinic, nonprofit in Costa Rica. We worked with them at their clinic, and then taking mobile clinics to different indigenous communities, and giving vitals and medications to these communities that couldn't have access to those where they were. Yeah. And we did a pretty similar thing in Peru when we went to Cusco. We worked with Maximo Nivel, and we did the same thing of working at their clinic or taking mobile clinics to different communities.
Oh, so in Peru, you guys weren't in Lima? We
actually landed in Lima, and we shadowed the hospital for a day, because we went with Jose and Wendy. I think it was her dad that was a doctor at the hospital, so we were able to go and shadow him, and he showed us around the hospital. And that was a day's worth, and then we spent most of the time in Cusco. Okay. And then we went back to Lima to fly back to the States.
Okay. So. That sounds
This is
cool.
pretty impressive. So you're saying you're, this is after your freshman?
Yeah.
How did you hear about the opportunity?
It was a little nerve-wracking since I was the only freshman, but I did have a teammate, and I met the rest of the group throughout the course we took in the spring before we left, and that was definitely easing my nerves going into it. And also I went with Jose and Peter, and they were both really great mentors throughout the whole thing. And Jose and a couple other people were pretty fluent in Spanish, and that was a language barrier that we kind of had to get over. And we all ended up being able to learn a little bit more of Spanish and finding a way to communicate with all these other communities that spoke more than Spanish. There's a community in Costa Rica that spoke Bribri, which was a language that's not written at all. So there's no way for us to learn it unless we, would talk in Bribri. There's no written language or writings for us to learn. So that was pretty interesting. being able to indulge in all of those different cultural experiences. So, yeah, but it was good. Yeah, I mean, the first night it was a little nerve-wracking, but I think after a while under the Costa Rican sun, I think I felt fine. So it was good.
Okay. Do you still remember some stuff, some like words and stuff in Bribri?
No, I don't remember much. This was coming up to 2 years ago. So I don't remember much of the language necessarily. I just remember meeting all sorts of people. Like we set up camp under these like huts that they made in these communities, or like these small buildings that they had, kind of vacant buildings. And we like set up the little fold white tables, and we would put the medications or like sign-in sheets. And we would have a doctor with us. We wouldn't be prescribing anything, but we would be helping with vitals and giving out those prescriptions to those communities. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds really cool, especially to have done that like literally 1 year and a freshman. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what would you say, maybe in a sentence, what was like your highlight for the entire trip?
I think just being able to I think we had a lot of fun excursions. I think that was something that really both helped my nerves and also got me excited for the trip. And we all kind of came together as a group to do that as well. So we did zip lining and whitewater rafting, and then we ended up seeing Machu Picchu, which was really cool. I think that was probably my favorite day, just because it was also really nice out that day. But yeah, we were able to do all those things as a group, which I thought was really fun, and I think definitely helped us going into working in these different areas, being able to work together to do that efficiently. So yeah, it was also really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I assume it also gives you a chance to get like a glimpse of what is coming ahead when it comes to your career, working with it.
Yeah, it definitely gave me some career discernment. Going into it, I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but I didn't know what exactly, because I also had my health externship that semester going into the summer, and I went with a physical therapist. And then going into the trip, that definitely gave me some discernment as far as who I wanted to work with, in what way I wanted to work with people in healthcare. That was definitely something that really set stone my goals for that. So, yeah.
Oh, so you said you had your health externship. Is it the next semester or the one before?
I had it the semester before. So for the health externship, you can start your first year spring, and that's when I started. So then that spring, before the summer we left, was when I first started the program.
Wow. So this is like two
different
programs almost back to back.
Yeah, a lot, but it was good.
How was the externship?
It's good. So I've been doing it for 4 semesters.
Okay.
So you apply for the health externship, and then you get placed in different areas around Richmond. And the first placement I got was at an outpatient clinic here in Richmond, Cutting Edge Physical Therapy. And I worked with an outpatient physical therapist and a lot of their PTAs, or PT assistants. And so outpatient, a lot of people come in to get their treatments. And then I was there for 2 semesters. I was there for the spring of my freshman year and the spring of my sophomore year.
Okay.
And then my next placement was at Reed Athletic Training at the walk-in up north in Richmond. And I shadowed an athletic trainer for this semester, which was pretty similar to the outpatient. They just come in and get their treatment. And then for this semester, I think is probably the most interesting for me so far, just because I haven't done anything like this. But I'm at the hospital right now. So I'm working with inpatient physical therapists, and I shadow them as they do their PT evals, going from room to room to like both admitted and like patients that are just coming in for like the 24 hours. So then they come in and evaluate their physical activity and their living situations and things like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
This is really impressive. You mentioned something about Reed. You're working at Reed currently?
Reed? Yeah, Reed,
Wow.
the hospital, yes.
FPAT, but it's like a big facility.
Yeah, it is big. I got lost on the first day going in because I'd never been in that hospital before doing this. So I definitely had to find my way around the elevators and which elevator to take. But it was good. I like how big it is because I've been on like 4 different floors with the different physical therapists. And I got to see all sorts of different things within that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. How do you manage to balance your externship with like classes and sports as well?
Yeah, I've learned a lot of time management, and I've definitely learned to give myself some grace the last 2 years, since I do tend to put a lot on my plate, and I know that. But I know I'm just using it to just optimize my time here at Earlham, and I count it as a blessing. So I definitely count my blessings with that. And yeah, as far as time management, I think just being able to lean on others, especially mentors, both my coaches and my professors and other mentors here on campus, like my career coach here, Nico. A lot of people here have helped me with this process and also with juggling all of these responsibilities I have here on campus.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So how tired would you say you feel on like an average day? Like when you enter your bed, do you just like fall asleep in 10 minutes?
Yes.
Or
No, as soon as I look at my bed, I'm already tired. Yeah, I think a lot of women actually have like the 3 to 5 o'clock like window of like they need a nap, and I think that's definitely where I take advantage of that. But other than that, yeah, because I have to wake up pretty early. I have classes early, and then along with like practices and stuff. Yeah, I do have a lot with my time. Like I have a busy day, and also physically with volleyball practices and stuff and lifting. So yeah, as soon as I look at my bed at probably 11 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed. It's time. So.
Oh, okay. I usually also try to utilize like that 3 to 5 window to take a nap as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So I think you mentioned something about were you going to say something? Did I catch you?
No.
Okay. You mentioned something about Nico as your career coach, and he has helped you. Maybe you can share more about how you're starting.
Yeah. So I do remember, I think he was here my freshman fall semester. Like he was a student here.
Oh, really?
I believe so. I may be wrong, but I do remember him since my freshman year, kind of around. But then I really started getting closer with him my sophomore spring because I was involved with HOSA, Future Healthcare Professions, which is kind of like a academic health professional competition, I guess is the way you kind of think of it. Think of like Scholastic Bowl kind of, but on a bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
So he was kind of our mentor for that, and he went with us to the trip going to Indianapolis for the state leadership conference, and that's where I kind of grew my connection with him, and also like talking to him about my grad school applications and like my grad school plans. It's definitely something that's been helpful. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you're planning to go to grad school after you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's like pre-health track. And
so I've been following the pre-physical therapy track, which is something I was kind of on the fence about my freshman year, but thankfully I was taking those courses kind of because a lot of the courses in the beginning are kind of all similar, and like sophomore, junior, kind of where they branch out. So I've been following those courses since I've been here with the biochemistry major, and also I was following the exercise, sport, and health studies major, which also was really helpful getting those prerequisites. But I plan on applying for physical therapy school coming in this June, hopefully, for the cycle for next year.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so is that separate from what, I don't know, like someone who wants to become a surgeon or a neuroscientist would do?
Yeah, a lot of the prerequisites are pretty similar as far as like we need biology, chemistry, physics, anatomy, things of that nature. But I think a big difference is definitely like the co-curricular experiences that you do. Like a lot of PT schools require X amount of observation hours, and that's something I've gained through the health externship program here for the Center of Global Health. So that was definitely something that really boosted my application. Going into applying for PT schools. So it's something that's very different in that aspect. Also, physical therapy school is a doctorate program, and it's only 3 years compared to like a PhD or MD. It's only a 3-year program.
Okay.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And maybe not to steal the conversation to a different place, but I think you're one of the people who attended the Epic Senior Launch.
Yeah. Yes,
a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you can talk about that and tell us a bit about what you picked from that.
Yeah, I think that's a good transition going from me talking about applying to grad school, because that's definitely something that helped me gain my confidence going into applications for grad school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I went with a few of my teammates, actually, and we all decided to go kind of last minute. But I also did go last year as well, but they did let me go this year. And it was really fun. We liked the keynote speaker. She was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, I was in the sessions of elevating my elevator pitch. So I was able to kind of dial in my elevator pitch, my 30 seconds of my proper introduction, and kind of being able to sell myself in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like going into grad school interviews and things of that nature. And then we did the interview prep. Yeah. I did the interview prep, and then after that I did the grad school application workshop. So it was really good. And at the end we had a reflection with some alumni. One of them was a biology major and one of them was a biochemistry major. And one of them was in research and the other was in healthcare. So I think that those perspectives kind of helped me gear my goals from what I got from the senior launch,
mm-hmm.
To help me through my application process coming in this summer. So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I remember I was also there the senior lounge checking some footage, and then I entered the room with improving your elevator pitch. It seemed as if it was intense.
Yeah. Gene he's a great guy. Yeah, he was the one leading it. And it was pretty intense. We all kind of took turns doing our elevator pitch. So we kind of like wrote up something for like 2 minutes, and then everyone took a turn going. And I was one of the last ones to go, so I was able to take notes of others, so mine wouldn't be as horrendous as I thought it was.
Actually, when I entered, you're the one who were giving like your speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was fun. I've never really done anything like that before. Like I'm not really the one to be like selling a product or like selling, not myself, but like being able to promote a certain thing like
mm-hmm.
myself in that type of way. But I was glad I was able to do it. Even though I was the last one to go. But it was fun. And Gene was a really good guy to do it with. He was very encouraging. And
Gene's a great guy, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I think the senior launch overall is actually like a really interesting thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people who I've talked to don't seem to be very keen on it. But I think it has a lot of like, even me, like just from walking around and like trying to pick up some footage here and there, I was able to pick up a few interesting things, which...
Yeah, I definitely
really
liked the keynote speaker too. Coming in like that night before kind of got me excited to do the stuff the next day.
Yeah.
But also it's such a general thing that so many people can come in and do and like get something for themselves out of it, no matter like what major or like what goals you have going out of college, which is definitely beneficial. And the more people there, the merrier. I think it was really cool having a lot of people there. Because the year before there weren't really as many people, but I think it was because there wasn't a hotel and some meals involved like that.
On campus, right?
Yeah, the year before it was on campus.
Okay.
So yeah, it was cool. I liked the one this year a lot.
Okay. So do you plan on going again next year?
No, I will be officially graduated. So I will be graduating in December.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I will be taking my comprehensive exams in May.
Okay.
So I'll be walking the May of 2026 graduation. Like I'm technically a May grad, but I'll be done with my classes this year in December.
Oh wow! So you're like you are ahead of like.
Yeah, just a little. I brought in some dual enrollment credits. So I took some classes at the community college close to my high school, and I brought in 30 credits doing that. So yeah, that definitely gave me a leg up and saved me a lot of money.
That's like 2 semesters.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, so then in the fall I'll be part-time since I've brought in so many credits. But those will just be my major requirement courses.
Yeah.
and then I'll be done in December with my courses. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How did you decide to how did you end up taking some classes at the community college?
So it was definitely something really promoted in my high school. It was either that or we had like a work, like you get off of school early and you have like a work excursion. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure exactly what it was called. The name slips. But I was able to take those courses starting my junior year summer, like going into my junior year. And I only took like 2 or 3 courses, like each semester, in high school. But I took a lot of like general education classes just to like get those done and also like trying to find what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I think a class that definitely sparked my interest was my nutrition course and also my intro to sports psychology course that I took, both at the community college. Mm-hmm. I think that definitely gave me a leg up coming here to kind of get my career discernment, also like what I want to do, like with my courses and what I want to study. So yeah, it was definitely beneficial. And also the 30 credits coming in was great. Yeah,
for sure. Wow.
I think maybe you mentioned something about the Epic for athletes. Or
yes, Epic for athletes.
Maybe you can share a bit more about how that works. Or
mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot. This is kind of from mouth, but I know that the Epic for athletes is used for athletes because a lot of athletes aren't able to use their Epic Advantage just because of their schedules. Either they want to study abroad or like during the semesters that they want to do it, they're in season. So they're able to offer this for us. And so we went to Costa Rica for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And we were able to play volleyball down in Costa Rica. But we did a lot of like cultural immersions as well. Mm-hmm. Like I went ziplining and whitewater rafting again. But then we also did like a sailboat, like sunset tour, sunset tour, which was really fun. It was like kind of like an afternoon into the evening thing. But it was really great, especially team bonding. We played 4 different games, like 4 different teams down there, and we were able to meet all of those teams and talk to them. And a lot of them came up to us and wanted pictures and stuff because a lot of them were kids too. Well, we didn't play the kids, but a lot of them were able to go and watch. But that was really fun, I think, like meeting all those people. And also the 5 plus hour bus ride going from San Jose, where we landed, to the beach where we went. That was definitely fun. But I think it was definitely team bonding. And it was another opportunity for me to go back to Costa Rica. So that was really fun. And that was my second time ever going out of the country. So my freshman year was the first time I ever went out of the country.
Really?
Yeah. So it was a little nerve-wracking with that too.
Second time again.
Right. Yeah, but I think going Costa Rica again was definitely, I don't know, a little more. I felt a little more comfortable with because I already went. But also I was excited for going on different areas of Costa Rica as well. Mm-hmm. And going with like a different purpose of playing volleyball and with my team, and not working necessarily like I did for the last trip. But it was really fun. Yeah.
And I had the volleyball team had a pretty good season.
Yeah. So this last year we placed 4th in the conference.
Okay.
Which was pretty good. We had a pretty young team though. But we'll only have 1 leave this year, or 5 actually, leave this by graduating. But we'll have a few freshmen coming in, and we're excited for that. This will be my last season here, playing volleyball, which is bittersweet. But I'm excited. But we did pretty good the last
Congratulations
season.
on that.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Congratulations. I think maybe the Earlham should talk more about some of the teams that are doing well in their seasons. I hear a lot about like teams that are not doing so well, but I don't hear very much about.
Yeah, volleyball. I mean, we're pretty good. I won't. I'll say that.
To like 2 or 3 of your games. It's a very strong team.
Yeah. It's also, I think volleyball's one of the more fun games to watch. Like the I think it's so fast paced, the sport. Like you can't really keep your eyes off of the court since it's such a fast paced sport.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun to watch. Yeah. So I really encourage people to go to our games.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to ask actually about the health externship.
Yeah.
You said that you've done it for 4 semesters now. This being your 4th, and I wanted to find out like how exactly does it work for it to be something that you can either do multiple times or over the course of like 4 semesters?
Yeah. So when I first heard about it, it was the end of my freshman fall semester. And so they have kind of a info session near the end of the semester, and that's when they open the application. So in the application, you apply with like your spring semester or whatever semester that you're applying for, and then you kind of put in your interests of like where you want to go, or if you don't know where you want to go, you kind of put in like kind of what you're interested in looking for, and then they'll place you somewhere. But yeah, these applications are kind of like specific to where you want to go that semester, along with like your career goals, what are you getting out of the health externship, like if you need observation hours or if you need career discernment, things along that nature. So yeah, so in the spring when you do it, then the end of that spring semester you can apply for the fall semester, and then it's just a cycle and you keep going. So I did it my freshman spring and then my sophomore spring, and then I've done it my junior fall and right now junior spring. So yeah, so in each cycle you can apply and ask for a different spot. Like for the one I'm in right now, I kind of asked for an inpatient specific physical therapy placement in the hospital because a lot of PT programs require like outpatient, inpatient, like different types of observation hours, and that was something I was able to do or get with the health externship. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. That's quite inspiring that like you're looking for, that experience and like you're continuing to do that over the course of your time.
Yeah, it's very lax too. You only do like 2 hours a week.
Okay. And
then you kind of like write up what you did. And then you kind of log those hours for yourself. So then I'm able to now put them into my PT applications that I did. So by the end of this year, I'll have 80 hours from the last few years that I've been doing it. And that's something I'm able to put in my PT applications. And will definitely look good, not just for me, but for anyone else that's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and also helped me with kind of knowing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know I wanted to do PT. So I got placed there because it was kind of similar to what I put in my application. And then after my semester there, I think that was where I was like, I think I want to do PT or something along these lines. Because being able to see that in person was something completely different than going on Google and finding out what I want to do. Let me do these career tests. I think that was something completely different. And this is something like definitely I was able to make those connections too out of that. So at the first PT place, I was there for 2 semesters, and he's also a professor here, teaching some courses. But then I'm able to ask any physical therapist that I was with for letters of recommendation. So that definitely helped with my connections within the field as well. So, yeah, I can gloat about it all day. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds great. I know a lot of the EPIC centers say that the different opportunities that they have are like open to people of all majors, and it sounds like at least like the health externship is kind of very specific if you're on that kind of maybe pre-health track.
You actually don't have to be any specific major or like path. Like a lot of psychology majors can take advantage of this if they want to work as social work or psychology. But yeah, you could be any major and do it. So it's not necessarily like you have to be following this track or in this major to do it. As long as you just show interest and also your commitment to do it, only 2 hours a week. There's no guidelines into not doing it or like not being able to do it. So I think it's really helpful for anyone to do it, just to also get that career discernment of what you want to do. Like going into the next few years of your life here here at Earlham. So that was definitely helpful for me to start off with. So then I got kind of a leg up in what I wanted to do, and I was able to execute that early. And now I'm graduating a semester early. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Growing up, my mom always used to tell me, like, you know, Carter, you need to work hard so that, you know, you can graduate a semester early when you're in university and these kind of things. So it's really cool to see that, like, in action. I think it's very inspiring.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I think it was really nice discussing with you. But then before you go, would you maybe share a bit of like some advice to people who are watching, or just a sentence or whatever you want to share?
I think here at Earlham, I've definitely taken a lot of opportunities, and I've able to kind of optimize my time here at Earlham in the best way. But I think something really important that I've taken out of being here at Earlham is to just take advantage of mentors, the health externship, and also being here kind of as a student athlete also really helped with that. Being able to have those connections with my coaches as well, and kind of bridging both my academics and my athletic goals. I think for advice, I would just say make the most of it, especially your time here at Earlham is really short with only the 3 or 4 years here.
Yeah.
So definitely take advantage of all the opportunities that Earlham offers, because there are so many, and I don't even know all of them, but I've taken as much as I could. I've definitely learned and developed as a person. Just outside of academics and athletics, I'm a totally different person than I was here when I came 3 years ago, and it's been great.
Yeah, so definitely take advantage, and you might as well end up graduating a semester.
Yes, take advantage.
Well, thank you for listening. This has been the Epic Stories podcast. You can find us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, soon to be iHeartRadio.
Right.
And also on Instagram Reels, we have some clips there.
So see you guys next time. Thank you, Jasmyn.
Thank you.